Hey, this is Tony with ProductManagerHub.io, where we talk all things product management. Today, we have a great session for you. We are diving into problem and opportunity statements. We are going to give you some great tips behind writing them. And then we're going to dive into a little bit of when should you use a problem statement and when should you use an opportunity statement. And then finally, I'll break down one of our problem and opportunity statements so that you can see specifically how we wrote them for a client of ours. So sit right back, grab some popcorn, a pen and paper, whatever you decide, and let's just jump right in. So to first kind of set the stage for what we're doing here is I always like to give a little bit of a baseline of what do these terms actually mean from a software development standpoint. So I have gone to the interwebs and I have pulled the generic of generic descriptions of these two types of statements. So I'm just going to read this out. An opportunity statement, really in software development, it is a concise and focused declaration that highlights the chance for improvement, innovation, or advancement through the development of a software solution. Unlike the problem statement, which addresses existing issues, an opportunity statement identifies a potential area for positive change, growth, or enhancement within a software system. Crafting a clear opportunity statement is critical for guiding the development team in harnessing the identified opportunity effectively. So that is an opportunity statement. Now, if you flip over to the other side of it, when we think about a problem statement, so once again, just a very generic statement, but in software development, it is a concise and clear description of an issue or challenge that needs to be addressed through the development of a software solution. It serves as a foundational document that outlines the scope and nature of the problem, providing a bias or providing a basis for defining goals, objectives, and requirements for the development team. The primary purpose of a problem statement is to ensure that everybody involved in the software development process understands the problem at hand and can work towards a common solution. So there you have it. There are two different, really, when you think about it, from a problem statement and from an opportunity statement. We do have the option to write two different statements based off of what you're trying to achieve. So, from a product management standpoint, always keep that in mind when you go down the process of developing a statement that is encapsulating the whole feature, function, product, whatever you want to call it. So the next question that you're probably asking yourself, well, are there just some real basic guidelines that you can give me in terms of how do I choose between an opportunity and a problem statement? Absolutely. We can do that for you. But before we get into that, we want to give you some tips when it comes to which type of statement should you write. Ironically, it is going to be the same whether you're writing an opportunity statement or problem statement. So these tips are going to be critical when you develop either one of those. So the first tip, and I'll show all the tips to you here, but really the first tip is going to be making sure that those statements have clarity to them. The next tip that you want to make sure is that they have a user-centric approach to them. And then the last tip is going to be you want to make sure that that statement has some sort of measurable impact and feasibility. So once again, to zoom out a little bit, you want to make sure that your statements encapsulate these three specific items to have clarity, a user-centric approach, and then a measurable impact and feasibility behind it. So those are the tips. Now moving into the next section here, I like I said before, I get asked a lot of times, hey, what statement should you write when approaching like I said, a new feature or function. How do I know what statement? Is it going to be a problem statement, should I write, or an opportunity statement? So if you want some real generic guidelines in terms of what statement you should be writing, from a problem statement standpoint, you want to look at it under these types of patterns. So if you're trying to identify a pain point, you should use a problem statement. If you're reacting to an issue, you should also use a problem statement. And then the other one is going to be addressing customer feedback. So a lot of these kind of interactions are going to be giving you information that should flow back into a problem statement. And once again, you'll develop that a little bit differently than an opportunity statement. Now, if you jump down below here, when it comes to an opportunity statement, what are some of the key elements in terms of making a decision whether or not to use an opportunity statement? Those are going to be hinged around exploring new ideas, Another one is going to be aligning with market trends. And then the last one is going to be anything that has strategic growth or differentiation aligned with it. So once again, there's a lot of different ways you can kind of slice and dice whether or not you're going to move into creating a problem statement or an opportunity statement. But these are just some real general guidelines that as you're reviewing the information coming in, when identifying whether or not to write a problem or opportunity statement, these are some things to help you with that. So I hope you have that locked and loaded. Now on to the last piece of it when it comes to those opportunity statements and problem statements. So I have gone through the process of writing just a generic problem statement, and then I broke it down into those 3 key tips that we talked about before, having the clarity, the user-centric approach, and the measurable impact and feasibility. So if we read through this problem statement here, is from and just to set this up a little bit, I just based it off of just a general application, and this application is going to help parents go in and look at schedules for extracurricular activities, for example, like a band camp or soccer practice, football practice, whatever you think it is. But this particular problem statement is derived in this fashion. So, parents of children participating in extracurricular activities often face challenges in staying informed about last minute practice cancellations. This lack of timely communication leads to inconvenience, confusion, and potential disruptions to both parents and children's schedules. Existing solutions may be inadequate or non existent, highlighting the needs for a dedicated mobile app that effectively notifies parents of practice cancellations, ensuring the seamless and organized experience for families involved in those extracurricular activities. So, this is a problem statement that clearly denotes some of the things that we have received from, once again, the app that we have been building. So, to break it down into those 3 tips from a clarity perspective, we have identified the parents of children participating in extracurricular activities often face challenges. So once again, we have clarified who the users are within this particular problem statement. In terms of the user-centric approach, this lacks timely communication. So we're talking, how does this really impact the user at the end of the day? And then the third piece to it is we're going to measure the impact and feasibility of it. So the existing solutions may be inadequate or non-existent, highlighting the need for a dedicated mobile app. So once again, this problem statement encapsulates those 3 identified tips in terms of clarity, user-centric approach, and measurable impact and feasibility. And this particular problem statement should allow people to read through it and understand exactly what they're trying to achieve with the set of users for that particular application. So that's the problem statement. Now let's flip it over and let's say that we're developing some sort of an opportunity statement. Once again, it's the same application, but it might be written just a little bit differently. So from an opportunity statement, we would call it out like this. There's a significant opportunity to create a mobile app that addresses the pain points of parents dealing with a sudden practice cancellations for their children's extracurricular activities. By providing a reliable and user-friendly platform, this app aims to enhance communications between organizers and parents, offering timely alerts and scheduling information. The potential benefit includes improved convenience, reduced disruptions, and an overall enhanced experience for parents actively involved in supporting their children's extracurricular pursuits. This presents an opportunity not only to meet the unmet needs of parents, but also to establish a valuable tool that promotes efficient communication within the community. So this is a great opportunity statement for this particular application because once again, it hits on those 3 key points of clarity, user-centric approach, and measurable impact. So once again, we have identified within the clarity that there's a significant opportunity to create a mobile app. So we've identified that there is some sort of market need for this. User-centric approach is going to be by providing a reliable and user-friendly platform. It aims to enhance communication between organizers and parents. So these are the users that we are benefiting, the parents and organizers. And then the measurable impact is going to be the potential benefit includes improved convenience, reduced disruptions, and just overall experience, enhanced experience for those users. So this particular opportunity statement is going to be, once again, forward-looking. We're not addressing, a problem, but we are meeting the needs of that particular people that are using the application. And then the last bonus piece to it within this opportunity statement is going to be that community building function. So this presents an opportunity not only to meet the unmet needs of the parents, but also to establish a valuable tool that promotes efficient communication within the community. So there you have it. We have gone through the process just to kind of give you a little bit of a recap here, but we've gone through the process of defining what an opportunity statement and a problem statement is. We give you a couple tips in terms of what you should do and how you should craft your particular statements, when you should use a problem statement or opportunity statement. And then the last piece was just breaking down how we've written the problem statement and the opportunity statement. So thanks for sticking around. We hope this was valuable. If it was, hit that like button. Subscribe to our channel. We have a lot more content coming out. And once again, my name is Tony, and I am with productmanagerhub.io, and we just love products. So we'll see you in the next episode.